So we have Linda Saavedra from Show Homes with us today. And Linda's our staging partner. Linda, you know, it's interesting because we refer and recommend, you know, clients to you guys a lot. And I think people sometimes look at both your company and my company as kind of a commodity, like, you know, oh, you guys do the same thing everybody else does. And obviously we don't, which is why we're successful. But I wanted to kind of ask you, what are some things that Show Homes, and I know the answers, but I want you to tell the answers to the audience. What are some things that Show Homes does that the other staging companies either don't do or that they don't do as well, you know, as you guys?
Great question. Thanks, Andrew, and good morning, everyone. Sunday morning. You know, it's really all about the final product. I mean, it is making the house having the most maximum Mac Daddy presentation that is possible.
I love that Mac Daddy presentation. I love
it. The closer that you can make your house look like a magazine, the faster it's going to sell, the more buyers you're going to have, and the higher price you're going to get. So what we do at Show Homes is we custom tailor our staging to your particular house. That does not mean that it's necessarily the most expensive staging to do that, but we come with, you know, different staging, design people who can come in. It's not a cookie cutter, one, you know, menu, throw it in any house and it works. That's not the best way to stage your home.
And I think, you know, that one of the things you guys do is all the variety of programs.
Yes.
So you know, if you're an investor out there that's selling a lot of homes, that's flipping, that's rehabbing, you guys have products that can do just normal staging, like you guys did for me. We just renovated a home and sold it in a matter of weeks for full asking price, and you guys staged it, and it was awesome, and got great feedback from all the people that looked at it. So if you're an investor and you're buying homes that are vacant, there's an option of a home manager, of someone that lives in the property, you know, and of course you guys do the normal, typical staging of rooms or the whole house, you know, depending on what the need is. And I think that's, you know, so you're really a one-stop shop. You're not just, hey, look, here's our program, fit your house into it. You're, how can we help create a better presentation to make you more money than our fee costs?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, we're the only staging company that actually has multiple options. You know, we're the only one that has the staging with home management, traditional staging is what we call it. The makeovers, you know, owner-occupied homes, you know, do fabulous, little investment, huge transformation difference. Great ROI on that, so we're the only company that's really full service, one-stop shop. And
the home managers, just so people that maybe haven't heard us talk about it before, basically what it is you guys have someone that you've screened, yes, that you've background checked, that you've kind of verified is a great person, and they live in the home almost as a concierge to keep the they keep the music playing, they keep the fragrance smelling, they keep the pool clean, they keep the house immaculate, so that when people do show it, there's kind of a scene, there's a lifestyle that's being sold versus just four walls, and that person can get out at a moment's notice, so that people can look at the home, and it's kind of what they do for extra income, and then obviously the costs for the staging are diminished, or not necessarily the cost, but your costs of ownership are diminished because you guys take over some of those costs that the owner would normally have, like utilities and different things.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is by far the most beneficial, most effective way to stage because it's whole house staging. We do pick up some holding costs, electric, water, lawn, and pool, which are huge dollars.
Right.
There is a caretaker looking after the home, so there's some peace of mind,
right,
versus leaving it vacant. And the impact, the life, the energy, it is amazingly effective in procuring the buyer.
And I think again, sometimes and I think the best advice I can give people is the best things come to those that wait, because sometimes it may take a little time to find the right person to live in that home, but so it takes a few extra weeks. But so often we get home sellers who don't have the patience to say, oh, I need it on the market, I need it on the MLS, and quite frankly, it's like, do you want to just throw it out there, or do you want to put it out there the best way you can to get the most return you can get? And that's one of those scenarios where, look, yeah, it takes a little extra time. It's the same thing when we get impatient home sellers that want us to throw their home on the MLS with one photo, and it's like, no, that my brand is not going to do. I'm not going to put that out there. Like, I want your home to look remarkable, and I know it's rained for 4 days in a row, but just bear with us. The photos are going to look amazing, and we didn't miss anyone over the last 4 days of rain because no one's going out looking at homes right now. So, I think again, the best advice, just take the advice from your agent, take the advice from the person you trust, and that you go to a consult with, and be patient and let them institute the plan that they know that will make you the most money as possible. So the other so the interesting thing is kind of relating it to the home manager program. We're looking at a commercial property right now. I was telling you about it, before the break, and the bank has made a decision to leave one of the tenants in the property while they keep it on the market, to keep someone there, to keep and it just kind of reminded me of, like, that's another huge benefit of the home manager program, like you just mentioned, is it's not just about keeping it staged, but there's also a security aspect. There's a cleanliness. There's a, hey, look, if somebody comes through and it's raining one day and they don't wipe their feet off and it needs cleaned up. I mean, there's just so much that's important about that presentation that somebody living there can really just keep an eye on everything.
Now, let me add something else to that, though. We have been amazingly successful at catching those potential catastrophic losses. The roof leaks that no one would have known about had the home been empty, and the home managers quickly identify that. We notice the proper people, and boom, it's fixed, and life is good.
So not to go into because I know every house is different in terms of the cost.
Right.
Because again, you can't say, staging is X, and then somebody call you, I got a 28,000 square foot house I want you to stage. So the fee structure is insane. But certainly, if you have a 28,000 square foot house out there that you need to stage and sell, do call us.
Yes.
The home manager program also allows people to pay for the majority of the staging costs at closing. So similar to us in commission, we're taking the risk. You guys are taking the risk in that environment, and the home seller doesn't have to front the money. It's something that's getting paid as a cost once we execute and do the job we're hired to do.
Yeah, and then the huge part about that is they're enjoying the benefit of having all of those utilities and holding costs. They realize those savings
Immediately
before they pay us.
Right.
So yeah.